I watched Metamorphosis, the Alien Factor. This, Tom told me, is a sequel to the Deadly Spawn, and this movie, it's not a sequel to the Deadly Spawn. In fact, I see no connection aside for we got some shit from space.
So the original people who made it, they set out to make a sequel, and then the script just kind of got away from them. You know how that happens. You set out to do something, then just kind of gets away from. I don't know what the fuck that means, but that was the explanation on why this was the Deadly Spawn 2.
Mm. Well, none of the posters that I saw said Deadly Spawn 2. It's only
Me
you
neither.
saying that. Uh,
No, I've seen it mentioned for sure.
this movie is about uh, like a lab corporation that is researching some DNA alien samples that the government gave them. That hey, research this shit, find out what this stuff is, and things are going all right. They got some like little pet alien creatures there, so it's not just DNA. They got fucking organisms there, and one of them is just like some weird looking little. I don't know what the fuck it is. It just looks stupid. The other one is the dog from the Thing. It just got its head out there, but a guy slips up one day and he gets bit by one of these creatures. So now he's undergoing a metamorphosis. Well, not just any metamorphosis, Tom. This one has an alien factor to it. So
Not just a alien factor, it has the alien factor.
he, the guy's just changing. So now they're fucking trying to figure out, well, how do we save him? How do we reverse this alien factor? But turns out like, hey, sometimes when people don't come home, like their families notice that, like it didn't work and you don't go home, like your kids are probably gonna notice, and his daughters do. Hey, where the hell's dad? Let's go.
Oh, shut up, you silly bitch. It says here in the computer that he never went. He was probably off drinking. Shoo shoo, get the fuck out. Kill her!
Yeah.
That escalated very quickly.
So yeah, the guy that's running the lab, the guy that owns the corporation, he's trying to hush this all up, and if that means killing a couple of girls to do it, that's what he's gonna do. He hires brings two thugs in, not your typical Italian goombas this time. Uh,
Goombas?
we have
Like from Super Mario?
yeah,
Fucking racist.
you've got a gentleman that's wearing a nice tie, and then you have this other guy that just likes to shoot stuff and ask questions later. Tom, this movie's all right. Out of all the other stuff I've watched or have talked about, this is definitely the best one I watched this week. Yeah, better than Terrifier 2. The alien, for the most part, looks good, but there's times when they do some
Yeah.
stop motion and claymation or whatever, and that looks really, really bad.
I
And
think it has charm,
of
Joe.
course you do, but I think it's, but the monster looks all right. Looks
For
all,
the most part.
yeah,
There's these little fucking mandible things it put like on the real on the like the far end of the tip of the mouth to make it have like, oh, it's an extra mouth, like some weird insect alien mandible thing. You could have got rid of that. You didn't need to put a mouth on a mouth. That's kind of, and it's
yeah, I agree. It looks pretty.
pretty, it's what?
Yeah, I agree. It looks good.
The monster pretty much looks the same as the first one, except it's a little more elongated, I guess Tremor-esque. But for the most part, it looks very similar to the monster in the first one, except the guy gets bit by an alien and he slowly transforms into this thing. And it's some of the stuff's pretty crude, but it's fun. it's, I mean, it'd be horrific to go through this. Like, this guy's turning into like a fucking bloody pile of cum, and everybody's just around him, just taking notes, living their lives all happy go lucky. Who the fuck is calling it this time?
Got
It was
11.
just one. That's weird. I know.
God,
And yeah, he's clearly in a lot of pain. And they're just like, just smiling, taking notes, letting him go through as much pain as the human body could possibly withstand, instead of just walking up and putting a bullet in his fucking head or something. But all that stuff's cool. A lot of cool effects and monster stuff. If you're a fan of monster movies and creature features, I'm sure you pass this one up a lot because the fucking DVD art is just fucking awful. I know that's why I haven't watched it till now. But
I'd never even heard of this one before you mentioned it last week.
that's just because you're not down. You fake the funk, as they say. But
Yeah, I'm
that's okay, Joe.
at the poster. I don't remember ever seeing that anywhere.
Yeah, it was just DVD art. So as long as you didn't spend all your days just roaming the fucking movie aisles and not getting blown, then you probably would never have seen this, Joe. Unfortunately, that's what I was. That's what I was doing. But yeah, it's worth a watch. It's worth checking out. I think it's on par with the Deadly Spawn. Think the main monster in the first one looks a little better just because it doesn't have that stupid extra set of fucking mandibles or whatever it's supposed to be. But beyond that, I think it's pretty on par. Again, simple fucking story, but so is the first one. Watch them both or don't. I don't give a fuck at all.